Hello, coolers. Welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to the home of everything Barcelona, where we are going to be discussing on the latest stories. We start with Jules Kounde, as Barca Vice President have confirmed that Jules Kounde will be available for our second game against Real Sociedad. We are going to be discussing on that as we move ahead. Then secondly, talking about Alex Collado. It has been reported that the Barcelona midfielder could complete his loan move to Elche today. We are also going to be looking at that. So guys, as we get ready to eat, please do ensure to subscribe if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Please consider liking this video and also watch it right up to the very end. Barcelona Vice President Rafael Yuste has revealed that the new signing Jules Kounde wanted to play in the opening La Liga game against Rayo Vallecano, but the club has convinced the defender that they will do everything in their power to make sure he's on the field next weekend. He said, "Kounde wanted to play today against Rayo Vallecano, but we explained the situation and told him that we will do everything possible to sign him to play next weekend." The Vice President was quoted as saying to Barca TV Plus, "Eventually, Barcelona fell to a goalless draw against Rayo, but following the activation of the fourth financial lever, Barcelona were able to register 6 of the 7 incorporations that included the new signings Rafinha, Robert Lewandowski, Frank Kessié, Andres Christensen, and all players like Ousmane Dembélé and Sergi Roberto. A certain Jules Kounde was left out mostly because despite activating the fourth lever, Barcelona still have a tentative amount of between 20 to 30 million euros to achieve the full balance. And now that they have activated all the levers, the big question remains as to how will they go ahead with Kounde operation. For that, Barcelona have 2 ways to explore. First, sanction the big sales like Frenkie de Jong, Memphis Depay and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. This way, Mundo Deportivo says the team cannot present the income from the sale, as it will rather be amortization of the costs. The other way is to reduce the current wage bill, but it's proving to be a serious headache for the team. For that, it is believed that the team might ask veteran players such as Gerard Piqué and Sergio Busquets to further reduce their salaries. Once that is done, Barcelona can not only focus on Kounde's registration but can also work on new signings like Marcos Alonso and Bernardo Silva. Meanwhile, it must be noted that the registration of the aforementioned players comes as a huge sigh of relief for the team, as they have not only entered the books for domestic competition but also for the Continental Championship, the UEFA Champions League. So from the look of things, there are still a lot of things to be done for Barca to finally balance everything, register Jules Kounde. Up to now as we speak, nothing has been finalized when it comes to reduction of salaries from Gerard Piqué or Captain Sergio Busquets. So Barca still have a lot of work, despite successfully registering 6 of the 7 new players. So Jules Kounde was eager to play, according to Vice President Rafael Yuste. Of course, we even saw him yesterday, when the game was about to start. He was sitting up at the stands. He just came to watch the game because he is unregistered. But let's just hope that he can be registered for that Real Sociedad clash, so that we can get to enjoy the Jules Kounde that we signed, seeing how good he is, So, as I said earlier, Barca have not completed their business. Xavi even did mention that after that game, in his press, that Barca still need to strengthen the squad further before the 31st of August when the summer window comes to a close. Of course, we talked about Bernardo Silva, talked about Marcos Alonso, who are the 2 players that will likely be Barca players if all things goes well. But when we look at the fact that La Liga, the salary cap issue and everything, Barca just struggled at the dying minute to register these 6 players. So it's going to be so difficult. It's going to take a lot of work for Barca to think so as to incorporate their new signings and register them, because Jules Kounde first of all needs to be registered before we can even start calculating the other new signings, right? So a lot of things still need to do. A lot of activities will take place this coming week, because the 31st of August is not far at all. Time is not waiting for nobody, and we hope that Barcelona can wrap things up and of course continue to build a team. So we play against Sociedad next Sunday, and of course that's a game that we expect Barca to go and play better than the Barca we saw yesterday. Sociedad is a strong team. I don't think Sociedad will give it any easy for us. Even though we did want Sociedad home and away last season, but Barca should not take that game lightly. We are playing at the Anoeta Stadium. Of course, we know Anoeta is never an easy ground, even though Barca recently have been winning there. But we need to, we need to improve. Yesterday's performance, as I said, have not convinced Barca fans at all. Because against Rayo, every Barca fan around the world was hoping for a thrashing, a convincing scoreline. But that was shocking. It felt like a loss to many fans. So I don't know what went wrong, but we hope that Xavi can get things right this time around. Put a very good and convincing lineup, and of course, let's avoid all this blaming and pointing of fingers because it does not help. We just need to be patient, as Xavi said, and trust the process. Because at the end of the day, we all know Xavi is the one to be blamed. At the end of the day, the pressure is in Xavi. So if the team does not perform well, Xavi will pay for it because Laporta have spent a lot of money. Barca have spent a lot just to see that Xavi get the player that he wants. And if Xavi does not deliver, then he's just going to bear the cost. Then moving on to the next story of discussion, Barcelona's 23-year-old midfielder Alex Collado is already in Elche, and transfer expert Fabrizio Romano has confirmed that the fellow La Liga team will finalize his transfer in the next 24 or 48 hours. The transfer journalist also claims that an agreement has already been reached between Barca and Elche, and that the midfielder will spend this coming season on loan with his new team, paying 50% of his salary during the new campaign. It's important to note that they will not have any purchase option in the temporary contract. Once everything is finalized, Elche will hope the new recruit will train with his new teammates as early as Sunday or possibly Monday. This was confirmed by their manager Francisco Rodriguez, who spoke ahead of his side's away game against Real Betis. He said, "The important thing is that he wants to come and he wants to play. We are excited that he can train and everything can be arranged contractually," the coach was saying to Sport. Collado is a very close possibility and hopefully it can happen today, he said. The Elche move is going to be Collado's second loan stint in the current year after he spent the second half of last season with Granada, where he ended up scoring 2 goals in 17 matches. Xavi initially had his reservations over Collado leaving, but as the week went by following the pre-season tour, the manager understood the midfielder needs regular minutes to convince his progress, and given the stacked roster at hand, it will be difficult for him to do so at Barcelona. Interestingly enough, Collado will become the third Barca player to head out on loan after it was confirmed Nico Gonzalez will join Valencia, while Ace Abde takes his leave within the league too. So guys, with that we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.